Yeah. A very good morning to you, by the way. How you doing? It's Friday, May 1st, 2020. As far as garbage live streams go, this one is going to take the cake because I've just thrown on the camera. Hello, Jazz. There's gorgeous Jazz and gorgeous Leia. I've just thrown the Go Live feature on YouTube on just for the hell of it, just for a few minutes as I walk around the park. I'm a few minutes away from where I can let Leia, the dog there, let her off. Excuse me. I'm a few minutes away from where I can let her off, where she can be trusted. She's going to do a poo now, is she? No, she's not. No. Don't do that to me as I'm trying to talk. Couple of things of interest this morning. I'm not going to talk to you again until Sunday morning, of course, the 3rd for Sunday View. Whatever that is now, leave it alone, you. Do you hear me? Come on. I'll talk to you on the 3rd, Sunday View. But there was a very interesting story in the Mail yesterday. The Mail. That would be the Daily Mail. And it was a story about a man called Demis Habasis. Demis Habasis, who is the founder of a company called DeepMind, which is owned by Alphabet. It's all Google, this. Alphabet controls Google Ventures and DeepMind and a number of other pretty sinister companies. And they are sinister companies. They're not companies that are operating, in the public interest or the public good. Most companies don't. Most corporations don't. But DeepMind is an artificial intelligence company which has fairly horrible plans for people in the future in terms of merging people with technology, getting us all connected to a hive mind, getting our minds connected to the internet. And the Daily Mail did a very interesting story yesterday where it said that Demis Habasis from DeepMind was among SAGE scientists. Now, SAGE is the Scientific Advisory Group. SAGE is a scientific advisory group which is advising the government, basically, the UK government, on how to deal with coronavirus, how to tackle it. For some bizarre reason, this guy who's got no business being anywhere near any government that's advising how to deal with coronavirus. The Daily Mail has brilliantly noted this and has written about it and wrote about it yesterday. And if you want to find it, go to dailymail.co.uk or dailymail.com, dailymail.co.uk, and you will see the story. Now, many of the scientists advising the UK government on coronavirus are anonymous. I think in the last day or so, the government released one or two names. There was a bit of controversy about SAGE, but again, the UK media, of course, always looks in the wrong direction. They were more concerned with the fact that Dominic Cummings, Boris Johnson's advisor, Cummings was part of these meetings, these SAGE meetings. And that's a reason enough to be pissed off about, I suppose. But when you start looking at who's really involved in these meetings, and you come across guys like DeepMind, Demis Habasis, excuse me, you've got to start asking some serious fucking questions, excuse my language. Good morning, by the way. This is proper shit, this, isn't it? I mean, as far as shit goes, it doesn't get any worse than this. I'm going to leave the little one off in a minute, and it's then going to become like a Marx Brothers video, this, when I leave her off. It's going to be pure chaos, because I'll be chasing her. There's a squirrel down there now, holy Jesus. You don't expect to hear that on a live stream, do you? There's a squirrel down there, holy Jesus. People have got to start asking questions now about what's really happening and why we're really being locked down. And I do believe this morning, I didn't get a chance, I've been up since about 6:15, which is a lie-in for the BBG, by the way. I've had a lie-in this morning. I do understand, by the way, can you hear this crap, by the way, because I don't even know if the microphone is working. And if you can't hear it, it's going to be hilarious later on. I haven't seen much of the Ginger Ninja on Sky this morning, or the Muppets in Salford Quays, which is just over there. Through those trees, beyond those houses, we're about a mile. We are about a mile from Salford Quays, which is where the BBC is based these days. Let's be honest about it. It's where BBC Radio 5 and BBC Breakfast Television is based, and other BBC productions. The BBC still, hang on gorgeous, I'll let you off now in a second baby. The BBC still has studios of course in London. So I haven't seen much this morning, but I understand that ministers in the government, egged on by scientists, so-called experts, are saying that the lockdown shouldn't end at all for the foreseeable future. And in fact, they've put a figure on it. They've said something around the mark of 1,000 deaths. They've said something along the lines of, when the daily death toll drops to about 1,000, they've said, on that basis, then we might begin to ease some of the restrictions. So this is scary fucking shit, this, right? All right, Chelsea, baby, don't go near there now. Come on, baby. Hello, girl. Yeah. Hey, Jazz. Top woman. Yeah, you are the girl. They're basically saying, when we get down to 1,000 deaths a day, that's when we can start thinking about easing the lockdown. Even though I believe in his briefing yesterday, the Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, acknowledged that we've gone beyond the peak of this. Don't forget now, there is a professor called Heenahan. I don't know what I'm going to do when she does the poo, by the way. It's just going to end this walk, this live stream, so I've got to pick it up. I didn't think this one through. Yeah, Johnson apparently said yesterday, look, we've gone beyond the peak of it. Are you going to do some business there, gorgeous? He's going to just mess around. Right, come back this way, come on, come on. But a professor from Oxford, a professor of evidence-based medicine, isn't that a wonderful thing? Evidence-based medicine. He's on the record as saying that we passed the peak of this a long time ago. And not only should we not be in lockdown, but the lockdown was never necessary to begin with. I can see some comments coming up there, by the way. Sean Bloor is on there. Can you believe it? Now, there's a brave woman, Sean Bloor. A beautiful, brave, intelligent, smart woman who was on the Richie Allen Radio Show a few years back a couple of times. Great lady. Who was being harassed for having an opinion, a valid opinion on certain things. And she's had to put up with a lot of crap in the last couple of years. So Sean Bloor is a bit of a heroine, by the way. How you doing, Sean? I see you on there. Right, Leah, come on. Come on. So there's a couple of interesting facts for you this morning. On the one hand, you've got Deep Mind's Demis Habasis advising the government on coronavirus, artificial intelligence. I'll just get past the ladies now. Morning, ladies. How you doing? All right? Just talking to myself. Talking to myself. Yeah, I do that a lot. Yeah, me too. Yeah. Yeah. Patrick says he's been listening to John Rappaport. You can do a lot worse than listen to John Rappaport, by the way. John Rappaport's a genius. So what do you do? What are we going to do? What kind of a country is going to be left when we come back? When people eventually realise that they've been conned, they've been fiddled, they've been subject to the biggest mind control experiment. Well, it isn't an experiment now, it's live now, of course, that the world has ever known. What are they going to do then? Will it be too late then when they say, look, enough's enough? You know, I know that in the last few days, I know that businesses have begun to go back, you know, quietly. On the QT, some businesses have gone and opened up, and, you know, who could blame them? By and large, we believe that the lockdown is costing the country several billion pounds a day. Now, put that into perspective. Several billion pounds a day. So when people finally wake up to this fucking scam, and Dr. Rima Labo last night on the Richie Allen Radio Show, as much as anybody in recent weeks, summed it up beautifully. The bioweapon nature of the virus itself, where it was created and why. To echo David Icke, my old pal, to transform the minds of the global population, to get them into a place where there she goes, this is going to be fun now, trying to pick this up. Fuck you now. To transform global thinking to a place where we will accept that we, all of us, will have to be vaccinated every year. Once, maybe twice. Now, this is going to be fun. Now, children, your Uncle Richie is being a very good citizen and he's about to pick up the poo. Okay? Marvellous. You don't get this on the BBC. If by now you're not donating to the Richie Allen Radio Show, you should be fucking ashamed of your life. Look at the lengths we go to, look. The poo pickup. Hang on. That was a close shave there. Hang on, Leigh, I'm going to let you off now in a minute. This is the way it goes every morning, you see. It's just organised fucking chaos. You don't get this on the BBC. That's why we came up with the jingle. It's the BBG, not the BBC, right? Okay. I can't believe you haven't kicked this live stream off. Okay, lovely. Look at that. Hey, a lot of nutrients in there. Hang on, hang on.